These are my top 5 most embarrassing moments as an American living in England so far. Obviously, I'm an American and I don't really know how to drink tea that well. And so it comes the teapot, you have the cup with the saucer, and then you have like this little side cup thing. I've learned now that you're supposed to put the strainer on that when you're done, like when you're done pouring your tea. I put the strainer on that little cup and then poured the tea into that strainer, in through the strainer into the little cup, and then poured the little cup of tea into my cup. And then drank that. What can I say? I knew you had to use it. We even called somebody to make sure we were doing it right, and we just misunderstood how they told us to pour it. And there was like 3 other tables there watching us. And we were like, why are they looking? They must be looking at us because we're American. Maybe we're being loud. Maybe we're being obnoxious. No, they were watching us because we're pouring the tea like idiots. Yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. So the very first time that I came to England, a bunch of people took me out to show me the nightlife. And I went up to the bartender. We ordered our drinks. And I left £1 on the bar and got into a little bit of an argument with the bartender because I'm not supposed to tip. Now, I think you probably would have been a little bit harder on me had I not obviously been American or something, but and I think some people that we were with knew the bartender as well, so that might have helped. But he was definitely insulted and gave me a little bit of a lecture about how they don't tip here, and he works for a living and he doesn't need charity and things like that. And I have to say, I was kind of embarrassed. It was early in the night. I hadn't had a drink or anything yet. I was a little intimidated. So I don't really do the tipping anymore while I'm here. I do feel really, really strange and uncomfortable though. Somebody helps me out because I know there's some instances where you would tip and there's some where you wouldn't. But yeah, I definitely don't want to get into that scenario ever again. The icon of the red telephone booth. And those of you who obviously are natives here probably know where I'm going with this because all the tourists do it. But I never went into the red telephone booth because I didn't feel the need to. However, I was okay with my child going in it like an idiot. They were very excited to see it and wanted to see what it was like inside. And even though the people I was with told me, no, don't do that. Don't let them in there. I did anyway. The first thing that I was told was how much it smelled like pee. I was like, oh. See, in America, we don't really have telephone booths anymore anyway, but when we did have them, they were used for like homeless people use them as their homes and stuff like that. But I don't remember them smelling like pee. So it didn't even dawn on me that it might be like that. And then of course, all the British people with me were like, why do you think we told you? And I was super embarrassed because I should have just listened to them. They know what they're talking about. And I was being a little bit of an arrogant American. I made sure I Purelled the hell out of the child when they got out. We moved into a house. It's a row house, Victorian, right? And it has a fireplace. It's closed off. You can't use it. But the chimney's still there and everything. So I'm sitting alone in the house in the living room at one point doing something. And I hear this like humming. And I'm like, who's humming? I'm alone in the house. And then it sounded maybe like it was getting high pitched and stuff. So I was like, oh, maybe the neighbor's singing or something, right? And I was just like, oh, but it was going on all day. I asked somebody that came home what the hell the noise was. It was just the wind blowing over the chimney. The entire day, I'm like criticizing this person singing and being like, they're out of tune. They don't really have a melody going. What are they doing? Maybe they're just trying to warm up, but geez, it's been a few hours. You think it'd be pretty warm by now. Maybe they should take a break. I've never had a fireplace like that. So I never like had to encounter anything like that. And I don't remember in any of the homes that I've been in here in England that have had fireplaces previously that happening. Maybe I just got lucky and it wasn't that windy, or I just didn't notice it because we were like, in company and talking or whatever. But yeah, I literally like for a good 3 or 4 hours, I was like, that person needs to stop singing. And then I was bitchy about it too. like, even if it was someone that was singing, it's their own home. They're allowed to sing. I don't want someone telling me not to sing in my own home. For those of you who don't know, I take the train sometimes in the morning. Sometimes I get a ride. Depends on the situation and how early I get up, to be honest. And in the morning, particularly, I get off at one of the stations that's a short platform. And there's an announcement on the train that says the following stations have short platforms. So make sure you're traveling in the right car. I know this, but I've done it like at least 20 or so times, right? However, for some reason, on this one particular day, I either didn't pay attention or I just didn't count any of the cars. And I'm literally standing at the door waiting for it to open on the platform. There's, of course, like 6 other people in the car with me. I'm pressing the button. It's not opening. I can't get out. So I'm trying to rush to the next car. I can't get the doors open in between the cars either. So I can't get anywhere. I can't get through at all. And then the train just starts going. I finally got through to the car. I finally figured out. I don't remember. I was pressing all the buttons. I was pushing the door open. I don't remember how it ended up happening. I went 2 cars up and I talked to the conductor and I explained it to them and they're like, yeah, well, that's why we have the announcement. And I'm like, there's no like car numbers. So I didn't know what car I didn't realize what car I was in. I should have known because I had done it a few times already. It wasn't brand new to me. I played the immigrant card. I was like, sorry, I'm new here. I don't really know. I missed it. And they were like, and they were nice about it. Don't get me wrong. But they're like, yeah, you got to go to the next station and you got to get a train back. And that won't be for another hour. So I was like 2 hours late to work. Not my finest moments.